So he is one of the Lost Boys from the movie Hook. He also played in Family Matters, Tales from the Crypt, and ER. So tell the audience about you.
Hey, everybody. It is me, Raushan Hammond. I'm excited to be here in New Jersey at Horicon. As you know, I've been on ER Family Matters, like you mentioned, hanging with Mr. Cooper, a bunch of TV shows and commercials all throughout the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, but of course everybody knows me as Thudbutt from Steven Spielberg's Hook, where I actually was so blessed to play alongside the late great Robin Williams and of course Dustin Hoffman, Julia Roberts. I had a great time.
Okay, so with your experience with the movie Hook, how did they pick you out of all the other people, like the auditions? How did the auditions go?
You know what? I was really blessed. It was something strange. I guess I was meant for the part. I literally auditioned for the movie a year and a half before, and I got to the audition and they asked me if I would be willing to go up in a treehouse that was 200 feet up in the air, a real treehouse, and I did all my lines, and when they asked me that, I said, no, I'm not willing to go up in a treehouse that's 200 feet in the air, and they turned around and they told me, they said, okay, sorry, we can't cast you, so they told me to leave, and a year and a half later, they accidentally called me in to audition again, but this time, they didn't ask me about the treehouse, they just told me that they wanted me to come in and play a different character, and I went in and met Steven Spielberg, and I just talked to him, smiled at him, and he liked my dimples, I guess. And within 2 minutes, I got cast in the part. And then while I was filming the movie, they decided to change my character and give me that character back that went up in the treehouse. So we went up 200 feet up in the sky into the treehouse with Robin Williams, and they took a string and tied it around my ankle. And Robin told me, don't worry, if you fall, you'll fall down, but you'll be hanging by your ankle, so you'll be cool. You know, so. Damn. But luckily, I never failed, but it was a very rickety treehouse. Very scary.
So, other question would be, what was your experience like working on set with the late Robin Williams?
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. My first day of filming, I had to do a scene with Robin. I didn't even know Robin was in the movie. I went to the set, I heard somebody kind of screaming, making jokes. I heard them say, sir, you need to get dirty for the next scene. So he jumped off of a ledge, rolled around in the grass and the dirt, and he stood up, and I looked at him, I said, oh my gosh, you're Robin Williams from Mork and Mindy. And he said, yes, I am, but now I'm Peter Pan. And he walked off, and we had so many great times, almost worked on the movie for over a year. After all the actors were gone, it was just him and I working for 3 months together, doing all the special effects scenes. And we stayed in touch all the way up until the year 2013. So, you know, every birthday, Christmas, he always sent me a card, or sometimes he sent me a cake. He was just a really down-to-earth person. He wasn't Hollywood. He was neighborhood.
Nice. And also, you worked on Family Matters.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like, working on Family Matters?
Family Matters was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid, and I was blessed too because when I was doing Hook, Family Matters filmed right next door to one of the sets. So I used to play basketball and go to lunch and dinner with Jaleel that played Urkel and all the other cast members. And luckily, once Hook was done, the producers had seen me. They called me in and cast me to be on, I think it was like the 8th season of Family Matters. So I went in and I had a great time, and being on the set every day was a dream come true because I watched the show every week since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So it was an unbelievable experience, to say the least.
What are the most embarrassing moments you remember, whether it's you or something you witnessed on set?
Oh my gosh, all the time on any set, flubbing a line. I remember here's the most embarrassing scene. Most embarrassing thing that ever happened on set. There was a scene where they said, we need 15 of the kids to follow Robin Williams as he runs and being chased by the Lost Boys. And you're going to have to run and run up the stairs and do all this stuff. Well, I was a really heavy set kid. I weighed like 200 pounds. I was 9 years old. When they said action, we had no rehearsal. Robin Williams ran up the stairs. I must have got to the third stair. I was out of breath. And I stopped, and all the other kids ran into me. And they all, because I stopped, they ran into me and they fell all back. And they had to stop and cut. And everybody said, Bud, you messed up the scene, you know. And, you know, Steven Spielberg thought it was hilarious. So in the end, they had to go back and they said, you know what? When all the kids run, you don't run and chase Robin. You run to the stairs, stop, and turn your body to the side. And we'll put the camera around you to make it look like you ran with the kids. So in the end, that's what happens.
All right, one last question. What was your experience working with Steven Spielberg?
Greatest director of all time, my favorite. I remember working with him every single day. He taught me how to use the camera, lenses. You know, I'm a director as well. It was an unbelievable experience, and I've worked with some great directors. You know, no offense to them, but Steven is the greatest director of all time, hands down, and can't take that away from the man. Just great, you know. It was a dream come true.
I'll let y'all know it's great being a lost boy, especially when you with a lost boy. This is Dayveonne Bussey. This is
Raushan Hammond, Bangarang.
And we're signing off. Tales from the Film Set.